Hello everybody, this is JackB1024 and welcome to episode 18 of our dynamic Factorio. So during the break we set up the 6 trains. You might want to put actually a radar dish over here just so I can see what's going on over there. But so we have 6 trains, 1 for iron ore, 1 for copper ore, 1 for iron plates, 1 for copper plates, 1 for iron gear wheels, and a 6th one that's just going to be spare for the moment. They're all set up fine. What else did we do during the... yep. I changed the inserters on the train side of most of our stops to be fast inserters, just so that they go faster. So these ones here, the ones on our iron plate, and the ones on our iron mine have all been changed to fast inserters. Was there anything else that changed? Oh, I've added chests, steel chests here, so that the train just unloads iron plates faster. And because there wasn't quite enough room on the other side, it's now on the north face, and it just gets belted down to the south face where it used to be. So yeah. Just a few quick shout-outs. Adam Moroz, hope that's how you pronounce your name. He mentioned that instead of making iron chests, I should probably be making steel chests, because they can be turned into, you know, passive provider chests, storage chests, and they're also larger, and that's actually a good idea. The only reason I started with iron chests is because, well, steel chests require, you know, how much steel is that? It's 8 steel, so it's 10 times, I think. It's 10 iron plates on expensive, yeah. So they require 10 times as much iron ore. So that's the only reason that I went with the iron chests, and I'll probably actually switch them all over to steel chests. I'll probably stop making these and I'll start making some steel ones from either this episode or an episode coming up. And also shout out to Say Odenlade, I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Yeah, he's just given a bunch of great comments, so cheers for all that. But let's get straight into this episode. So in this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to set up this copper mine. Let's see what we've got, 1.6 million over there. Actually, that would be a better one possibly to go to. Are there any other large copper mines nearby? Nope. Okay, I want to try to guess. This one's only about 10% larger in volume wise, it looks like. Let's see. How could we bring the rail across? Well, if we bring it across there, have the station here, hook back in, that could kind of work. Or we could just hook it up here and it can be connected here. No, I think this is going to be a better one, the one to the east. So, setting up and... oh, but then that one's within range of that. We'll check how many roboports we have. Yep. So we're going to need miners. Just get... that's 130 will be more than enough. What else do we need? We shouldn't need any more robots, because if we can connect it to the same network, we've already got, I think, 300 or more robots in that network, so that should be fine. We're going to need inserters though. Got under a stack of yellow and barely any blue. Not my lawn. Okay, circuits. Redirect that way. And we'll just make 50 something blue inserters and a bunch of lights. I think that should be pretty good. Just take some bolts just in case. And the only thing I can think that we would be missing, yep, a bunch of medium electric bolts. Actually, they're getting crafted down here, so just take 2 stacks of them. And lastly, rails. Oh, why are you... You need iron sticks. That should come from here. Ah, okay. Gotcha. So we'll split that there. Yeah, because this line was getting fed from these furnaces, which aren't being fed from our iron area. They're only being fed from our now completely exhausted iron mine. Actually, because that's completely gone. Yep, let's just make sure we're not... Actually, can I don't really want to remove the trees, so let's... Can we blacklist all... Is there no blacklist all trees? Because that would be nicer, but okay. We'll get rid of the trees as well. Let's just get rid of everything in that area. And these poles and these poles. Don't think these poles are needed. Okay. Oop. Looks like that might get disconnected. Yeah, it will. And there's... Okay, let's fix that up. Oh, another thing that happened during the break was I refilled the trains, because the train on our network over on the east has no way to get fuel into it, so I just went and filled it back up with solid fuel. It was getting kind of low, so it should have like 150 almost in both locomotives. Okay, so off to our copper mine. Now, the hope will be that our copper mine should be pretty easy to set up. And we can basically set up robots to set it all up. And then just ignore it while they all set it up. Just get past all these trees. Guess we'll just put that down there. Let's see if we can connect this to our network. Okay, yep. Don't need you, so we'll do that. That there and one between. There. Okay, it looks like this is all in range now. If we put the next one here. Put that there. Yep, and I want to easily get that one in range. Okay, good. You should be getting charged. Hopefully. No, this isn't connected yet. I thought it was. Okay, there we go. Now everything's connected together. Okay, good. Now, where will we want? See if we can connect the train. Yep. That looks good. And we'll just connect this that way. And the last thing will be to fill up our provider chest. Let's just put one here. Why not? Just fill it up with items that'll be needed. So it'll need that, need that. It's going to need more chests than... Oh, that actually might be enough chests. A couple of them. A smart train stop. A radar dish. What else do we need? 2 maths, 1 decider. Let's get in our car and we'll get rid of the storage chest and provider chest that it wants. Doesn't need those two. I think there's still another. Yeah. Doesn't need that one. Oh, did I not put miners in? No, I didn't. How many? 106. Lights. Yep, that looks like that should be everything then. Assuming, yeah, it hasn't put down the smart train stop yet. Once that's down, then that light and that combinator will disappear because they're the smart train stop light and combinator. So there we go, that's our copper mine now getting set up. And we'll do some more stuff with it once it's actually built. Cool, we got more iron plates. Now we're going to have to change this circuit here. Mainly because now what we'll want to do is change the furnace between making iron and making copper. So I think that's, yeah, that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to have to change that between those two. Then we can change our production facility between making iron gear wheels and red signs. And once we get those two automated, that should be our red signs already automated. We also need a way to pick up from this storage bay, which... yeah, we're gonna have to maybe run it this way. Oh, why are you not powered? I don't think that'll be in range. Let's see. Oh, it is. Okay, hopefully there's a large electric pole close enough. No, there isn't. So let's go down and fix that up. So that's our stone mine back online. And we'll head up to the waiting bay and start thinking about the circuit that it's going to need. Just give it some light. So at the moment this circuit works for this, but once we start switching stuff out it's not going to work anymore, because say we have a load of iron ore but we're smelting copper, we can't go and pick up that load of iron ore because there's nowhere for it to go. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to know where there's a demand for an item. So for example, let's say we've got this set up here with iron ore, and this can fit more iron ore in it. It gets below some sort of amount. Let's just say 10k. It gets below 10k iron ore. So it'll send out okay, this station now needs more iron ore. And so then what our circuit over here will do is it goes, okay, let's see who needs stuff. Oh, okay, this place needs iron ore. I'm not on the track, am I? Nope, good. Okay, this place needs iron ore. Okay, who can give me iron ore? Okay, this station up here, it's got a load of iron ore. Okay, cool, so I'll send a train to here with the command that it'll go here, and then once it's finished being here, it will, it will go to the furnace, for example. And then, you know, with our production place, making gear wheels, it'll say, hey, I could use some more iron plates. And so it'll say, okay, who can provide me with iron plates? Oh, this furnace, it has a load of iron plates. Okay, train, go here, pick up the plates, then go to this production facility. So that's how that'll all work out. Yeah. Yeah, that seems good. Okay, so to do that, what we'll need to do is we'll need to kind of copy part of how this brain works. Because basically we'll use the same stage 1. So basically our stage 1 is our reading stage. Our stage 2 will be different. And our stage... I don't think we'll have a stage 3. Because we're not actually switching anything. So we'll read everything we need to read, compute stuff from that, and then send out trains. So let's start off getting... Let's get what we can from here. So this is our memory cell. So that will be useful. Let's get a book of blueprints. Yep. Put that in there. Oh. What else do we need? Yep. I think not that line, but everything else on there is needed. This is our going through all the stations. That's how I do it. Okay, delete. Cool. And it's been another hour. Okay. Yeah, I think for the moment, that's all we really need. How many copper wires do I have? Not nearly enough. Okay. So we got some more copper wires so we can make a bunch of decider and arithmetic combinators. And do I have any more robot ports? No. Okay. Got a few robot ports just so we can get robots to make all of this stuff. And we'll get some more robots. Yep. Good amount of copper wire. And a lot of circuits. And totally run into that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So put that down there, fill them up. Let's build our circuit over here. Pick up all those trees. Our memory cell can go it can go there. And so as we increase the size of our waiting bank, it can just increase in the north-south direction. And as we increase the number of stations we have, we can just increase this in the north direction. So that should work fine. You're going to need that, and some constant combinators. So that's our memory bank. We'll do our circuitry that'll control this stuff to the south of it. You're going to need large electric poles, aren't you? Yep. Okay, this is almost done. Turns out. There we go. Seem to still be missing a few decider combinators. Perfect. Do I have... build a little wall so I don't keep running onto the train tracks. Okay, let's check. B is 0. Good. That's what I want. So you should be. Why is A increasing? Because we don't have the thing to reset it. Gotcha. So we need our state machine. Really just one of these. Let's check. That's a less than, yep. Okay. So while this one state is less than 0, 1, 2, so 3. S is 0. S is 0. Okay. So that goes that way. You're the ticker, so you go that way. Okay, one of these should get reset. You get reset with a red signal, so the red signal goes to this one here. So we'll make a constant combinator and we'll give that a red signal just so it gets reset. Okay, I'm going to have to move this closer to it. Turn it off and good, this is now in state 1. Okay, so our bottom state works fine. We just need to actually connect these two to the right spot. Should be easier. They go into the right line, which is this line. Yeah, that's our reset line, that's our right line. So we get a green and a red on that pole. Can you reach? No, you cannot. Red to there, to there. Green from there to there, to there. Okay, green goes to the top one, red goes to the bottom one. Green to the top, red to the bottom. Yep. And then these two connect on the green line, and they go to that. Okay, so there's our memory cell. Now we just need to actually connect it into our network. Hesitant of this train. I know it's going to be moving somewhere sometime. Just not sure when. So we've already got this red line that we're using. What else do I need? Actually, yeah, if I've already got the red... Okay, that should be enough. No. What we're going to do though... let's... Looks like I've got everything I need. So where's our A value? This is 0 output, everything's import, neural outputting. That is... If I is greater than 0, output A is input count. Oh yeah, that's -10. Yep. I thought I would have connected. Where's... Yeah, this one. Goes green to there. Red's the line I must be looking for. Red from there. This doesn't seem right. Where do we get our value for... Okay, let's turn on that one. 2496. Oh no, that is the input for that. Okay. The input for that is 2496, but where does it come out of the network? 2497. This is... Okay. No, okay, they read on the green line and they write out on the red line. Okay, so it's the green line that we care about then. 2634. 2634, 2634, that connects over there somewhere. But it must connect onto this line somewhere. Connects. Here we go. Okay, yeah, so it's the output of that one. Which means it would be your output on the green line, which is the green line here. Okay, good. Can we connect you from the... No. So because we're already using the red line for these wires and they already connect, we're going to just piggyback on them using the green line instead. Now the big issue is that there's a chain on this line. Go to manual mode so that I don't have to worry about possibly having you run into me. So we'll connect this green line up to our iron mine, which should just be here, and then we'll have a second circuit for our iron mine, which will run like our old circuit works. So you go there, there to there. Okay. Oh, there's no construction bolts. Whoops, that was the wrong button. meaning to repair you, not pick you up. Okay, cool. Don't I need that? Yeah, something like that. Just put it like that. And I need another combinator, so put it there, I think. Take them, take them. And them. You need a normal pole. Okay. So this is our circuit that will have to tell us when it's our time if we can pick up a load of iron ore from here. Do we want it like this? Let me think. Yeah, I think this is the nicest way. There was a few different ways I was thinking of doing it. We'll start with this way and I'll see if there's a better way later. Versus 0, output everything's input count. Okay, you put in an A value of 0? Because this is stop 0. I think that's correct. If A is -3, output red is 1, if red is 0, because you put through, yep. If red is 0, put through everything. Okay, now this has to be able to supply. So, okay. With the same setup here. So I have the same condition. When there's more than 12,000 iron ore, that is, there's enough for a train load. Yeah, that'll work. When there's enough for a train load, we want to send through 1 iron ore. And then we want to multiply that by 128. Now the reason for this multiplication is I'm kind of piggybacking off the same way that our production lanes work. So if you remember the production lanes, where's a... I thought you told me everything, but you don't. But this one must, yes. Output signal, that is 64. Wait, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Oh no, it's 64. Okay. So, if you remember how these things work, we're doing, this is the 1, 2, 4, 8, 12, wait, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. And this is a 64 value in our bitwise ANDing of the signals. And so what we're going to do is we're going to turn everything basically into the same sort of system. So our mines, if you think about it, really they have 6 inputs, which are all nothing because they don't take anything, except for our uranium mines, which will take sulfuric acid, but everything else takes nothing. And they output whatever ore they're picking up. So on the output signal, which is our 64-bit, we have iron ore. So that's what we'll put through here. and that can go through the red line. And I connected that directly to the output instead of to the input. I'll do that. There we go, now that's connected correctly. Cool, so what we'll do is in this circuit we'll say, is any of our stations got a signal of less than 64 of an item? So for example, if this station needs more iron ore, it'll say maybe 63 is iron ore because it can take it in all 6 spots. And it'll say, yep, iron ore 63 in all my spots. And so then it'll go, okay, which station has iron ore as a 64 signal? Because then that station can provide us with iron ore. And this station will go, oh yeah, I've got that. I've got 64 iron ore. And so we can get it from there. That's the plan. Now the one downside to this is that normally we return on the opposite color, so we return on red and we send on green. But we don't actually have 2 different colored wires to deal with at the moment. I'm not sure if I can return on green. Let's see what happens if I try to send a green signal through. So you're from this thing's output. It's your input to over here. That's fine. The red signal is this red here, which would go into this thing's input. I might be able to just put it both on green. Which means we're going to change this light to being on red. Put that on green. Good. And we can actually turn our train back on. Should have done that a while ago. So now on this green line we're going to be getting both our A signal and we would be getting our values. So values should be on the red line. So let's see. Pass through everything. Do we want to pass through everything? Yep, and negate our A signal. Those two should work together to get us what we need. Connect this to the green line. Red line connects like that. Okay. This green line connects to there. Undo that one. So our A signal is just the A signal. I think that means we need one more. Yep. So green gets just the station, so that's our A. Red gets all our items without the station numbers, that's red. Yeah, so red will have everything but won't have A because A is multiplied by -1 and green will only have A. So that's allowed us to break our single green line into our green and red lines again. And then our red line goes to what it would normally do to increase if we've got an item past where we should. And our green's like that. B is greater than 0. You're reading... Where do you read A from? You must read A on the red line from there. Yep. Instead, you're going to read A from this one over here. Let's put through B, B greater than 0, add. Yep, okay. That looks like that should work now. So the only thing we're missing is a way to manually get back to the stage we need to be at. So connect your imports, connect you to, I'll connect you on the green line. Each thing greater than 0, output it and negate everything. And set S as 1. Put you on stage 2, there you go, stage 0. And I never reset. Okay, cool. So the stage 2 should send a reset signal. And let's see if that worked. Yep. So our station 0, which is our iron ore mine, has iron ore ready to give us. So good. Quick little bit of changing of our brain circuitry, and we've got a working stage 0 for our train control. Adding extra stations on should be fairly simple from that. Generic name 1. Let's give you a proper name. Copper mine 1. Okay. You will go to copper mine 1 till you're full, and there's a circuit condition telling you where to go next. Save that, change the rules. You go to whichever circuit station you're getting told to go to. Full and signal, go to signal. Perfect. Now where's our train? Unloading? Iron? Good. Okay, how are we going for time? Ooh, about 40 minutes then. Okay, so we've got our copper mine now fully set up. Yeah, that all seems to be running well. That signal we're going to have to change. But then we're going to change this to the new version of signals, which is this one here anyway. Okay. So with that done, yeah, I think that's a good spot to finish this episode. Next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to set up the signal on this station. So it will tell us... Yeah, because these... do we count these as 2 different furnaces? Yeah, we will. That's how I should have set this up. I should have set this up with only one input. Have this as the output. And have, say... half the wagons being iron ore, half of them being coal. That way when we switch this over to an electric one, it won't actually have to change the blueprint. But it's okay as it is. You're always going to be coal, so that's fine. You're going to switch between iron and copper. Okay, so the next episode we will set up this as our station 2 probably. You're 1, 2... Do I want the numbers here to reflect the station number? I probably do. I might just rename these stations a bit so that it actually reflects it better. Ooh, but... yeah, I'll think about that. But yeah, what we'll want to do is we'll want to set this up as station 2, and it will send out a signal of 63 whenever it can take iron ore. And we will add a circuit condition to here for our stage 2, which will check if any of these have a value of less than 64, and if they do, so in fact we'll have to get rid of that train signal. Or I can just filter it out. If any of them have a value of less than 64, then we need to find the corresponding other station which has a value of 64 for that same item, and send a train to that station to pick it up and go to the depositing station. And that's what we'll do next episode. Until then, this is Jack B1024 signing off. Have a good day.